Hey, welcome to Kaspa Daily Pulse. Here's what the Kaspa community's been buzzing about today. First up, the biggest thing people kept circling back to was Kraken. A bunch of the chatter framed it like Kraken is the first major exchange to really give Kaspa a shot, and that clearly landed as a meaningful win for the community. At the same time, that optimism came with a ton of frustration, because people were also saying major exchanges still seem to be dragging their feet on Kaspa overall. So the vibe was basically, nice, finally some recognition, but also, why does this still feel so uphill? Second, sentiment around market action was all over the place. You had people complaining that everything else pumped while Kaspa lagged, asking why KAS dumped, calling it dead, the usual drama. But on the flip side, there was still that stubborn Kaspa holder energy, with people saying they were buying more, joking about giant future targets, and brushing off the weakness like it's just another chance to accumulate. So the mood wasn't exactly bearish. It was more like irritated, defensive, and still weirdly confident. Third, there was a pretty strong undercurrent of distrust towards centralized exchanges. A lot of people were debating whether futures markets and CEX pricing can manipulate spot. And the overall takeaway from that conversation was basically, yeah. Plenty of folks think centralized venues can print whatever price they want unless there's some broader price discovery keeping them honest. That fed directly into a bigger theme of the day. People want better on-chain liquidity and better Kaspa-native rails. And that leads to the fourth big topic, ecosystem direction. There was a lot of talk about needing a proper Kaspa DEX, ideally something with serious liquidity and an easy USDC to KAS route. People also said Kaspa needs stronger marketing around actual adoption, not just price talk. In other words, the community isn't just asking for hype anymore, it's asking for infrastructure. Finally, one of the more interesting debates was about what has actually mattered most in the Kaspa ecosystem so far. A bunch of people argued the KRC20 launch was more relevant than the L2 conversation, mainly because it actually drove activity, meme coin launches, and miner benefits. At the same time, there was real skepticism about bridges and wrapped stablecoin setups, especially with people bringing up change and basically saying, yeah, we already tried trusting third-party wrappers once, and that did not end well.
So today's Kaspa mood? A mix of validation, impatience, builder talk, and classic battle-hardened hopium. That's it for today's Pulse. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Catch you then.